So in this episode we'll talk about applying pressure. Applying pressure is very important in Dota because that's the way you make things happen in the map. Basically, applying pressure gives you openings. You push these waves in, starting their tower, force them to react to what you're doing, and then the map opens up for you in different ways to manipulate and punish how they are stuck. Like if you, for example, you push in top lane, they TP there, then you just start running middle and bottom. The people there are left alone, and there's no way they can help them if you go there and gank them, for example. So yeah, applying pressure gives you a lot of openings, and Dota is a lot about playing fast and like always pushing to the limits, and applying pressure is a very big part about that. Always look to play as aggressive as you can and apply as much pressure as you safely can. So, and it makes the game much easier to play for your team. Well, when you apply pressure, it's easier, for example, your carry to farm as much as you can, because applying pressure, you get information like in case you push in top, they're gonna react there. Your carry is like, okay, they cannot kill me bottom, then you just have more freedom on the map. Like overall, your team will have more freedom, more plays all around the map. So it's just easier to make things happen when you apply pressure. Yeah, of course, also when you push these waves in, it's easier for the supports to get really deep wards, and that way it also gives you even more information how the enemy lineup is positioned in the map. And the more vision you have on them, the more plays you obviously have. Like you see a guy farming jungle alone, you're like, okay, let's smoke on him and kill him. Or you see that guy, your carry is like, okay, so I can farm bottom for free for like every jungle camp and the whole wave and everything. So placing deep wards, it's almost always good, and that way you just get more ways for everybody to play the game. You can be more aggressive, more greedy, make kills happen, stuff like that. And as a mid laner, of course, depending if you're Radiant or Dire, let's say you're Radiant, you're gonna play around their jungle. Not sure you're gonna play around the top area. It's the easiest way to get deep wards on them, and it's like it becomes a safe place for you to farm also. When you get these deep wards, it's very hard for them to enter it again when you have claimed the area. So in that sense, playing the top area is the most natural way for mid laners to play. So you can easily pressure the top tower and also the mid tower, and the mid wave and the top wave. You get them for free, and then it's easy to connect to join the fights for if they go on mid or top. So it's like it kind of gives you 2 lanes out of 3, and that's very good. Well, when you're playing Dire, you are gonna play on the bottom side of the map because well, you have the one ancient camp there, you have their whole Radiant jungle, and then once you take the tier 1 bottom, it's a very safe area for the Dire. They can go in the jungle from multiple ways, they can place deep wards, and then going there as a Radiant, it's very far from like the area you usually play around, and you probably have to go there with smoke, otherwise they're gonna spot you with their wards. And then usually when it happens, it takes a long time. When even smoking there, it takes like 20 seconds to get there, and by that time probably the enemy team is like they already know what's up. Like it's hard to go there as a Radiant also. So as a Dire, you naturally go on the bottom area of the map, and then yeah, you farm there and create your pressure on the bottom. Of course, when you're pushing waves in, you want to be as fast as you can. You don't want to show too long. Like you don't want to unnecessarily show on the lane. Like sometimes when you're playing, like I play a lot of Invoker, I just put a meteor down. I don't even show on the mini map at all, or just put a Forge Spirit there so they don't know exactly where my real hero is. Because every time you show somewhere, it gives information to the enemy that they can use against you. They can either gank you, they can go on other heroes on the map, because they have information where your hero is. So almost always you don't wanna unnecessarily show on the lane unless you're making a bait, like you showing on some lane, so the enemies think that your other 4 heroes are like there also, but then they're ganking someone else. But that's just different things you can also do by baiting the enemy by being too aggressive in a way, but actually it's a calculated risk you're taking to bait the enemy. But things like that, you usually just wanna give the enemy as little information as you can. So in this game I'm playing Tiny, and applying pressure, it begins like from the beginning of the game, and I mean, you can see it as an active mid laner. You can see it's very obvious, like around 5-minute mark you get bounty runes and you start pressuring the other lanes, and by doing this you're giving room for your offlaners to be more aggressive. You're trying to force rotation from the enemy supports and even the cores maybe, and this way you're just applying a lot of pressure to the enemy carry, and that's what you want to do. I mean, as a Tiny, like, your main goal is to create chaos on the map, and that's the form of pressure this hero is offering. Like, keep on going on the enemies, like constantly trying to get kills and then get tower damage when you can, and just being super active on the map. This way the Clockwork had to TP mid. Now top lane, this guy is getting free farm. There's no way they can stop him. I mean, this lane is already good for Stark anyways, but now the Tide will not get anything here, for example. And yeah, then it's just about keeping up the pressure. Never, like, you don't have really time to chill in Dota. Like, you don't want to hit too many camps. Here I'm just waiting for the 8-minute runes to spawn, so I can get a rune and gank again with it. And now already not staying in one lane too long, not farming too many jungle camps, and just going for plays over and over again. This time they saw I was coming, but that's okay. Here just keeping up the pressure and pushing the towers when you can, making them rotate. And here you can see we keep staying on the top lane, keep pressuring the Tidehunter. We keep killing him again. Like, this is very great. Like, I first 3 TPs top, then I just run away. Like, this is very good way of making pressure happen. They're using so much resources trying to catch me, and they end up not getting me. So it's just a lot of pressure on them. Like, they feel like they really want to kill me, but they end up not getting me, and then it's just waste of time for them. I mean, here I'm taking as aggressive position as I can, and obviously we want to stop the Wraith King from farming. And now we saw the Wraith King TP top, so there's their 2 tower. It's only 11 minutes in. Hitting it is it's not ideal. So what I'm doing is I'm just straight at TPing top again and try to follow this Wraith King around, because if he doesn't have good game, it's very difficult for them. So here I just shot bottom and I'm top again. Like, they didn't expect it at all. And now their whole team is here again while we are farming like mid lane, and this guy is farming the bottom lane. So we're like forcing 5 heroes top while we are farming 2 other lanes at the same time. So this is a very great way of applying pressure, making them react to what you're doing. Going here also is like, you might think like, why would I waste my time going on this guy here, because there's no way I'm gonna kill him, right? But in the end, what ends up happening is I'm forcing them to go on me. I'm baiting them. They think they can kill me, but then they end up just wasting so much of their time because I'm just pressuring them to go on me. Like, I'm just taunting them basically, and they end up using their spells very badly, and then our Slarks is gonna get like a couple of kills, and it's very good for us. And we have a guy farming here all the time, and we're getting fat on all our other heroes. Yeah, the best way to apply pressure, it really is just to keep the waves pushed always when you can, and That way you will start getting more information on the map and always taking the aggressive farm. And just that alone, pushing the waves aggressively, it's already a lot of pressure for the enemies because they will have to deal with that eventually. So it's gonna give you a lot of openings to make kills happen. They have to show on the lanes, so you can plan out ahead like, yo, this guy's gonna show bottom soon, let's make a play happen there. And it's very much the same thing when you're behind. Like, it might be a bit trickier, you might need to bring more heroes, but if you have all lanes pushed, I mean, of course it's hard when you're behind, they're gonna actively look to gank you when you go push waves. But you can also make like baits on lane, like you show one guy, but actually everybody's behind him, and then you just like blow the guys up and they try to kill him there. So, I mean, just about, yeah, pushing waves, playing the map, in not being like, not showing to like more than you have to. Like, don't show your whole hand when you can just show one guy instead of showing 3 guys on the lane. Just, I mean, if you want to become better at like applying pressure, it's always about just pushing your limits and getting experience. Like you just practice. There's pubs, you just practice it. You're like, okay, maybe I feel like I shouldn't push this wave, but then you like in pubs it's okay. You can make mistakes. It's like you live and you learn. Like living on the edge is it's a great way to learn. Like you learn your limits, and that way you get much better at it. And yeah.